Lisa Nguyen grew up in San Jose and moved to San Francisco a year ago to work as a sales operations analyst at a tech company. But with a salary in the mid-$50,000 range, she says the costs of living here are starting to outweigh the benefits.
I realized how expensive the rent was, and I just figured, like, how in the world would I ever save up enough to own my own place?
Nguyen once imagined raising a family in the Bay Area. But with the median home price at $1.1 million, buying a house in San Francisco feels increasingly out of reach.
It makes me really sad. I grew up here. I know the area really well, and it sucks that I won't be able to share with my kids the same parks and schools that I went to, the same favorite restaurants. So I'll just have to make new memories, I guess.
Those new memories might feature Austin, Texas.
I consider Austin a mini San Francisco. The culture is very diverse, it's up and coming, and it just feels like if you want to plant roots there, you need to do that now.
Since 2011, the number of Bay Area residents searching for homes outside the region has soared, according to real estate brokerage Redfin. Among the top places they're considering moving to, Southern California, Seattle, Chicago, and Austin. Austin is the state capital and home to the University of Texas. Its popular South by Southwest festival attracts thousands every year.
Hi, Rachel.
Those are some of the ingredients that drew entrepreneur Katrina Lake to expand her startup Stitch Fix to Austin.
As we looked around in Texas, Austin was such a great place for us in terms of this combination of art and science, and there's UT and really talented people there.
I think they should come up with like a dress version of this one.
Stitch Fix got started in San Francisco, also Lake's hometown. The company's fashion stylists use algorithms to personalize clothing options for women. Stitch Fix recently opened an office in Austin, Texas, and just opened a distribution center in Dallas.
Texas was a really, really supportive place to open an office, and so the Chamber of Commerce was really excited to meet with us, and it just felt like we had a lot of support and growing there.
Still, Lake isn't ready to leave the San Francisco Bay Area.
It's a high price to pay to live in San Francisco and to locate here, but it really is worth it for us today. So, I mean, I can't speak to what will happen in the far future, but we love Austin and we love Texas, and but San Francisco really, from a talent perspective, is so unparalleled in terms of who we're able to attract here. So, San Francisco is, our home.
Stitch Fix says it did not receive any government incentives to expand to Texas. But the Lone Star State has been actively wooing businesses, including this 2014 pitch to Californians.
Texas is #1 for doing business. Why? Our taxes are lower, our legal system is fair, and our energy is affordable.
Since 2003, a Texas state-funded incentive program has awarded almost $600 million in grants to companies from around the country, including Silicon Valley powerhouses eBay and Facebook, which have opened offices in Austin. John Hawkinyos is an economic analyst in Austin, Texas. He says the city has seen a tech boom in recent years.
It's explosive growth. And what we're increasingly seeing now is companies in the Bay Area are saying, you know what? Relative to where we are, it's cheaper in Austin, the quality of life's pretty strong, and we can hire people there, particularly people on the lower end.
There's no personal income tax in Texas, which Hawkinyos says is another incentive for companies and employees looking to move.
And that's a real inducement when you're trying to attract young technology employees, because at the salaries younger folks are going to make, or say the entry-level folks, there's just a whole lot better quality of life in a place like this than, say, in the Bay Area.
Lower and middle income people are much more likely to leave California than high income people are.
Jed Kolko is a San Francisco-based economist.
Even though the tax burden in California, when you look at things like state income taxes and capital gains taxes, do fall strongly on the rich, it's actually lower income folks who are more likely to leave California than come into the state. The biggest factor, of course, is housing costs.
The median price of a house in Austin is $275,000, according to Redfin. That's a fraction of the price of a home in Oakland or San Francisco. A person or family would have to make $185,000 to afford a median-priced home in San Francisco, according to Redfin. Bay Area native Rebecca Williamson did the math and decided to move.
Ended up in Texas, been here for 5 years. Love it, would not go anywhere else, and it's been a really good move for us.
Williamson was surprised to meet many others like herself.
We moved here and it took us a year to meet someone that was actually from Austin, and 90% of them were from California.
Williamson and her husband Chris are real estate agents. They created a website called Austin versus San Francisco.
We do a lot of business with people from California. They tell us a lot of the reasons why they're moving here is obviously number one, cost of living, number two, just quality of life and friendliness of the people.
But people who move from the Bay Area are finding some of the same problems they thought they were leaving behind, including heavier traffic and higher home prices. The median price of a home in Austin has risen by almost 15% in the last year.
Part of why Austin's also feeling an affordability crunch, though, is that just as home prices in San Francisco are higher than they are in Austin, incomes are also higher in San Francisco than in Austin. And it's particularly true for young people. For households headed by millennials, those who are in the 18 to 34 range, typical income is almost twice as high in San Francisco as it is in Austin.
Still, Lisa Nguyen says she's looking forward to a scouting trip to Austin that she's planned for later this year.
I am serious. The real estate game is a serious place. It's a shark tank. So instead of swimming in this shark tank, I'm going to go to a different pool.